Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of the Junior All-Star Championship Series. We got with us our first success story. They were on the season preview show and they won the title. So I'm going to go ahead and take partial credit for that. No, I'm kidding. We have the Providence Academy Lions with us. Welcome, welcome, ladies. How is everyone?
Good.
There we go. So what we'll do is we'll start the round robin. We'll go ahead and have the players introduce themselves. We'll start with the one I've called the magician, the magnificent. We'll have her start, and then we'll go popcorn. We'll start with Maddyn.
Just like my age and grade.
Yep.
I'm Maddyn Greenway, and I'm in 8th grade.
We'll go to Brooke.
I'm Brooke Hohenecker, and I'm a sophomore.
We'll go down to Grace.
I'm Grace Counts. I'm a junior.
We'll go to the senior sister.
I'm Maria. I'm a senior.
We'll go to the freshman sister.
I'm Hope. I'm a freshman.
And Emma.
I'm Emma Millerbernd, and I'm a 7th grader.
Thank you, ladies. As you see, we don't have Coach here. He may join, he may not, but otherwise we'll send him the video afterwards. So let's get started with how did it feel to be champions? To kind of kick that start, how did it feel after a year where you kind of, ran into an Albany team? This year you said, nope, we're not getting denied. We're taking that title. I'll start with Grace. How did that feel to be a champ?
Honestly, so surreal. We've fixated it on it all year, and then to finally have it was just, it still feels weird that we did it. Everything we worked for, we're champions. Just surreal, unbelievable, honestly.
And I want to ask some of the younger players. Emma, what was making state like? What's that like? You make state and you're on the Williams Arena floor, and is it surreal? Is it kind of just take it all in? Is it, pressure? What were you feeling?
Yeah, it's really fun, especially with the team, and of course I was nervous before, but I knew that if we go in, play our hardest, then we'll be fine.
And then the senior, Maria, what I know, I've heard sometimes talking, college and high school, and that senior, that, kind of that feeling of it's the last opportunity to go at it. Is that a pressure? Is that a good thing? Is it motivation, kind of knowing it's the last chance of going after a title?
It was a lot of pressure. Beginning of the season, I felt it right away. It was a motivator. Obviously, I guess losing wasn't even an option, because we couldn't do it in my mind, I guess. So winning, just getting the pressure off my shoulders felt really good. I mean, getting to beat, at the end, play with my team till the end, that was probably one of the highlights of it. But yeah, it was a lot of pressure, I think.
And then we'll ask the microwave. What was it like for you making state? How did that feel? What were your thoughts and emotions when you went to state?
Honestly, making it was just getting there the first year was insane, but then doing it the second year was just so fun. And I think honestly this made me want it so much more as that we lost last year. And just to be able to do that with the same team and the same players, and in Maria's last year, it was really fun. And just honestly, like they said, all we worked for, we finally got it, and now we just know what it takes. And yeah, it was really fun.
How about for you, Brooke? How was it like making state back-to-back years?
It was amazing, knowing that we had the opportunity to do it in the first place, but also going back on the same journey with the same people, knowing how bad we wanted it after last year, and just knowing all the hard work we put in really paid off, and showed how hard we wanted it, and just it was really fun to do it with everyone, and especially for all the seniors.
Hope, as a freshman, I'll ask a two-part question. What was it like making state as a freshman, but also what's it like making it with your two older sisters? What is that kind of like, having the family connection when going to state in a situation like this?
It was really, really fun to play with my sisters and the team environment we have. And I think being sisters, it helped me handle the pressure more of being a freshman going into state. We talked about it behind the scenes and how they felt, even last year when I watched them,
they talked about the pressure. So I kind of knew what I was going into with my sisters, which helped a lot. A lot of fun.
So let's talk a little bit before state. Let's talk about how the season went. We'll start with Maria. How the season went this year. Was there a moment or was there a part where you can look back to and say, this practice, this game, this moment, this is where we knew we had what it takes to be state champions? Did it kind of build? Did we feel like we got better and better and were more and more confident? Or kind of how did the season go from your aspect?
Honestly, in the beginning, I guess we were just kind of figuring out how our new team dynamic was going to be. And it started rough, I'm not going to lie, with I think our 4 losses, almost pretty consecutively too. So coming off of our last, we went on a streak obviously towards the end, but off that last loss, I think we all just realized that the turning point needs to be now. Because if we don't go now, that could be our season. So I think we knew what we wanted to make our season to be, and yeah, after our last loss, pretty early in the season, we just turned a switch, I think.
And then we'll ask Grace. One of the examples I think that shows the improvement throughout this season and kind of the difference in you guys as a team and growing together is the 2 Minnehaha games. What did you guys feel in that second one that was different? What was different about your team in that second matchup that showed it was a completely different matchup? You guys kind of dominated from start to finish in that one.
I think we played a lot more confident. In the first game, we were just kind of like running around, not knowing what we were doing. But second game, and obviously the rest of the season from then, we played really confident, like within ourselves. We knew what we were doing. And we just didn't worry. We just played what we knew how to do, which was like together, really aggressive, and it carried from then all the way on to the season that we didn't really see in the first game. So yeah, we just really played within ourselves.
And then I guess I have to give her credit. We'll ask Maddyn. I talk about that second game, how you were unfazed. They had one of their best defenders pressing you the entire game, and you didn't even need a screen. You just were able to get the ball and just go, and you were dishing to teammates and getting, putting pressure on them. What did you personally feel different from the first game to the second game in the Minnehaha one?
I would honestly say going into that first game, I didn't want to be scared, but I did have some nerves going into it. And I knew Tiny was a great defender. I've done stuff with her before. So I think I had that, I wanted to do so well, make no mistakes. And I knew that of course isn't going to happen. So I feel like I played kind of tight and not as confident. And then coming into the second game, I don't know. It was later in the year. I just knew that if I played my best game and played through my teammates and knew what I knew how to do, I knew we would be fine. So I think honestly, I just was more confident and just played within myself. And yeah, I think we all did that as a team. I think we finished.
Brooke, we talked about this, but I kind of want to get your aspect. Your defense was huge in that Minnehaha game. I don't think people realize you were a defensive stopper and you didn't let any kind of crossovers go. What was your mindset going into that second game with Minnehaha?
I just knew especially on the defensive side that they Tiny started bringing up the ball, so I knew either way I'd be guarding that person, and I knew that that's kind of how all their offense starts is with whoever brings that up. So stopping that person would be a huge role, and I knew that I just had to lock in at that and do my best to stop or try to prevent what would happen. And I think that overall with the whole game in general, we just played within ourselves, like people have been saying, and we were a lot more calm and collected than the first game where we were kind of just everywhere.
And then we'll ask Emma and Hope, as younger players on the team, kind of, being thrust into big roles this year. How do you feel from the beginning of the year to the end of the year? You grew as a person, as a player, and kind of into the team, into your roles for the team. We'll start with Emma.
I just think I just got more used to the team, and our bond also got closer, so then it made me more comfortable, and I knew they could push me and stuff, and so I just got more and more comfortable because they made me feel part of a family instead of me just being by my own. So.
And Hope, did the sisters beat up on you in practice every day? Is that how you got better? Or?
Oh, for sure. They definitely had a big impact on my growing throughout the season, um, on and off court, especially Masters, the great team environment we had and everyone pushing each other. It was really helpful during practice.
So I like to talk about that state. I'll call her the mid-range assassin, the veteran leader. Let's talk about Maria. Now, I don't know if any of her teammates can say, has any of her teammates ever seen her nervous? Because as a fan, I've never seen her nervous in a game. And she hits big moments. We'll start with you, Maria, and then we'll ask your teammates. Is there ever a moment where you're nervous, or are you just cool, calm, and collected, you know what to do?
I would say honestly, getting to my senior year, I've really honed my ability to keep a level head. If you kind of go with the mindset, we're not going to lose this game, and just focus on the things that need to get done to do that, you don't really have time, or your mind just can't stray to be nervous. So yeah, I mean, this year, if people noticed, hopefully I did a good job then. But yeah.
Man, what's that like when you're at state in the semifinals and the finals? It's a tight game and everything, and you know that Maria's gonna step up and hit that mid-range, or she's gonna hit the free throw, or she's gonna get a rebound. What's that like? What does that do for your guys' confidence as a team?
I mean, honestly, just to know that she's always going to be there and make the right play, it's really nice. And she's never nervous. She always just, if she is, she just turns it into like aggression and like just like wanting us to win so bad. So honestly, it's nice because I go in super aggressive or like super nervous and I turn into aggression with her. So like I just think it's really nice to be able to have her, especially as like the oldest, to be able to kind of like lean into her and just know that she's always going to be there like to make the big play. And yeah, it's really nice.
I joked with Coach Maria, I said, I'm not even on the court, and I feel like I'm more nervous in the stands for you guys than you are. So, and then I want to talk about another moment that I saw at state, and it really stuck out to me between Grace and Emma. And it was the play, I think it was a fast break play, and Maddyn was going to pass to Grace, and Emma reached up and accidentally tipped it out of bounds. And that was a moment where it's a turnover, but Grace, you instantly turned to Emma and said, next play, we're good, let's go. The very next play, Emma, you stepped up and hit a really big mid-range jumper. I'll start with Emma. What was that like, having a veteran kind of turn? You say, you know what, forget that turnover, it's done and gone. We just move on from there, nothing to worry about.
Well, yeah, like I was like obviously like frustrated in that time that I like did that, and like having her just turn around is like even just the whole team, they're like, it's fine, like you got this, like next play, like just play hard on D, and next play you got it. And I think that like really just like brought me up and like helped me, and I like knew that I could like come back. And yeah.
And Grace, from your aspect, why was it important to make sure at that moment to not let her hang her head, to make sure she understood next play, we move on, don't worry about that?
I just have so much faith in her, and I wanted her to know that like that play didn't matter. It's all about the next one, and we all really trust her, and don't worry about it. Like, we have confidence in this game, in her, in the win. We can do it regardless of that little hiccup, like mess up, whatever. It's about the next play. It's about moving on. And Emma did. She came down and just drained it, which really speaks to Emma as a player and a strong, like, mental player as well.
And then we'll talk about the third sister. Brooke, I'll have you ask you, what is it like knowing she can come in and defend guards, defend posts, she's going to rebound, she's going to get blocks? What's that, how did that help your guys' confidence on both sides of the ball, knowing Hope's going to come in and just do whatever is asked from her?
I mean, Hope is very like hardworking. Like we all know that she puts in the time, and we all like trust in every single person. So having like the trust in her and knowing that she's gonna do whatever she can to make the defensive play or make the offensive play or the right pass or doing like the right move or anything like that. It's nice knowing that we can like trust in her, especially with her like size advantage and things. And we know that we can use it to our advantage because she's gonna do well with it. Like she'll take that opportunity and use it to her advantage.
Hope, how would you describe your game? I mean, in the championship game, you had no points, but 10 rebounds. So you had a massive impact without having to impact, the box score may not show it, but your impact was key.
Overall, I'm not more of the offensive player, but I knew if I played harder on defense, the outcome would be better than me trying to force myself to make a more of an impact on offense. And so I think the mindset of working hard to have a good outcome was really helpful. That was what's going through my head when I was playing.
And then we got to talk about her. I'll ask her teammates. Like I said, I've said the microwave, the magician, the magnificent. Am I missing any word that I could use to describe the way Maddyn played this year? Because it felt like there was moments where she wasn't going to be stopped. I'm never going to get in front of her when she's driving in the lane. I don't know how you guys do in practice. I'd break a hip. So what words am I missing to describe Maddyn?
I think you could call her the mailman because she, always delivers. Offense, defense, every game she comes and gives it her all, and obviously drops a ton of assists, just mailman stuff.
Maddyn, how would you describe your game this year? And, going from last year as a, 7th grader, this year you felt, and even as an 8th grader, there was a veteran presence about you, a confidence about you, a little swagger about you. How would you describe this year?
Honestly, I just think that I knew, like, I trusted in all the work that I put in, and, like, these girls push me in practice. So I know that I'm playing against the best, and the people that I play against, sorry, the airport's really loud. But I just know that I put in the work, and I just came in with that confidence, and no matter, like, of course, no matter the age, like, it doesn't matter. So I just know that I came with that confidence. My teammates backed me up, and I just think that's what just led me to have, kind of a big season. So yeah, it was really fun playing with this team. Just, they're always there for me no matter like what happens. But yeah, it was really fun.
So then we'll talk about the championship game now. My first question, well, actually, I'll first start about the state tournament as a whole. Was anybody worried about flying off the raised floor, or was that not a concern for anyone? I was concerned for Maddyn. I'll be real honest. I even told coach, I'm like, I'm afraid your point guard is going to go flying off the court. And I think he had the same concern, but it didn't come to fruition. Did anyone else have any concerns about kind of like making sure like, okay, I'm on the edge here, I'm not going to be running over here or anything?
I think, I don't remember if someone ended up stepping on the like scores table, but that was my main, like, maybe not the end line, but the sideline. That I saw a few kids just go over that. I felt like that was definitely within Maddyn or Grace's capability to do. So yeah.
Because I feel like they're not, at least on the end line, they have that long runway to kind of stop. On the sideline, it's like the scoreboard or that railing right there. So you're a little bit concerned. That's why I can never play basketball anymore. So let's get to the state title game. I'll ask each one of you, was there a moment, you can say it now, the game, is over. Was there a moment when it clicked that we have this is ours, we're not losing it? Or was that at the final buzzer? Was there a moment in the second half that you're like, this is our game, we are not losing? I'll start with Brooke.
I feel like obviously we were confident in ourselves, but throughout the game, I feel like we can never, like, not because of like the score or anything, but you can never just be comfortable because anything could happen throughout the game. But I definitely think that we were very confident in ourselves, knowing that we could come out with the win. So I guess in a way, like, we had the feeling of yes, but I feel like in the game you can't always like think yet like that you have it because you never know. But I just think that, like, I don't know, like, I guess like we had it in ourselves that we thought we could, that we knew we could do.
Maddyn, was there a moment for you where you're like, we got this, no problem?
I would honestly say when I went to the free throw line with like 9 seconds left, I already started to like feel so excited, and then I realized I had to make the free throws, and then I was like kind of got nervous. But I just think then honestly I knew that if I hit a free throw, I'd have to make it a 2-possession game, and I just think that's just really, I was just like, we did this, you know what I mean? Like, we pushed through everything, like no matter what anyone said, we always believed in ourselves, and I just think that's like kind of really when it sunk in. But before that, I mean, it was anyone's game before that. So yeah, that was probably the moment that I like knew. But
How about you, Maria?
It was honestly until they hit the corner three and then they took the timeout. I was still like ready to go. I was like, get the ball, like let's get in. And then they had the timeout. And it was in the huddle. I was like, oh, okay. We like, here it is. We just have to get the ball in. But up until that, it could have been anyone's game really in my head. So.
Emma, was there a moment from you that you felt like we had this, it was ours?
Yeah, I would also just say, like, especially like towards the end, I just knew like we could do this, and like Maria was saying, like in the huddle, like I think we just realized that like, okay, like we got this, and then I knew we got it.
Grace?
Honestly, for me, I knew we had it like at the beginning of sections. I had faith in us. You know, losing wasn't even like in my head. So I kind of felt that at the beginning of sections. Obviously, like my head was still in the game, but I knew from then that we were going to do it.
How about you, Hope? First championship game. Is there a moment where you thought you had it?
I never really thought we had it until the very buzzer, because I was like, oh, I'm passing it and I got to get it into Maddyn. Don't make a stupid pass. And when I made that pass, I was like, oh my gosh, we just won the state championship. And that's the moment I realized.
I love it. Since he's not here, I guess we can be nice about him. Coach Connor. I kind of want to like get each one of your, like, what was he like as a coach this year, and like, you know, kind of describe in pressure situations what he's like at state. Does he change what he was like at all, or is he the same coach in a December game as he is on the state championship game, or kind of from there? We'll start with Maria on that one.
I think one of Connor's best aspects as a coach is his versatility, I guess, or just his ability to make a change when it needs to be made, especially with our team, just understanding like what will work for us, because we are kind of unique, I guess, in our lineup. So yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, things were a little shaky, just trying to figure out what would work for our team. But yeah, once he gets a plan, it's solid. We're all confident in it because we just trust his ability as a coach. So yeah.
How about from you, Maddyn? What's that coach point? I know coaching point guard can be a pretty important role, but can also be a fiery communication, I guess I should say.
One thing I know that changed when we made it to state is I couldn't hear him as much on the court. And like, we're always switching, like kind of like what we're doing, you know, like Maria said throughout the game, like what needs to be changed. So I know like as a team, we were trying to figure out what to do. And I know that was my job to communicate to everyone. So honestly, like that changed because I had to like communicate with him differently. But he honestly just like, yeah, like Maria said, he's so good, like on his toes, just like knowing what's best for our team. And like in practice, we work on the stuff we need to work on. Like in that practice, we need to get this done. And I think honestly, I just really like, it's really nice having him, like he's calm. So it's nice having him on the bench, you know, during timeouts. He's never like, sometimes he gets a little bit going, but he's never like too much. So I just think he's a really good coach to have. And I love having him as my coach.
How about you, Grace? What's Coach Connor like from your aspect?
Coach Connor is the best. Like, we can all speak. He's just the best, you know? The thing about our team is, yeah, we're always changing. We're always growing as like players. And he's just such a good coach that he grows too, but also like keeps his like main fundamental things. And definitely throughout the season, like at the beginning of the season, his coaching was pretty much the same, but it grew till like even better by the end. And yeah, he's just a versatile coach because he's willing to grow and like take our feedback and switch things up if they needed to be switched up. And that's why, I mean, I think he was such a good coach for us.
I got to know who has to take credit. I hear that the sunglasses and the posing and the dancing and stuff like that, I hear those are rewards. I told him I feel like I need to let you guys know to amp those up next year. Like we got to, since Providence is winning these games, we got to amp these up a little bit next year. He told me not to say it. So if he asked, this wasn't recorded. So you won't want to take credit for those current Maddyn. Was it Maddyn? I thought she'd be the one, but, and so, go ahead.
It was mainly Grace. I'm gonna be honest. Grace, those are actually her sunglasses, but yeah, she was like the main Instagram account, like I guess, contributor. So most of that content she was cooking up in the locker room. But yeah, so next year, by all the accounts, going to be even better.
And you're a senior, so next year you got nothing to lose. You're like, if we win and hey, you guys have won it now. Now you got the back-to-back. Coach is in trouble. So that's it. I won't take all your guys' night, ladies' night. Maddyn probably has a plane to catch or something. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up with this. And I'll start with Maria. What is the legacy that you hope that this team and that you as a player left at Providence Academy?
I hope to leave a legacy of just being on a team, but more like a family. I've played multiple sports and I've been on many different teams, and it's never, every year I come back and the team is just more fun, more closely knit. So even if I don't know, maybe people stop playing basketball, hopefully it's not because of our team, because I think our team dynamic and how much fun we have together and how fun we make the game, I hope that's what our program's just known for, as I leave and everyone stays. And yeah.
Brooke, what's the legacy that you guys hope this team left this year?
I would totally agree with what Maria said, because our team is very we're not just like a normal everyday team. We're very much like a family. Like no matter what level, we're all super comfortable with each other and we're all just so close. And it doesn't matter who it is. Personally, I could talk to anyone on the team and I'm comfortable with sharing anything with them. And I really hope that continues on, because I think it's what really makes our program special.
Emma, the younger player, what's the legacy that you hope that you're just starting to be a part of after this year's team?
No, yeah, I agree too. We're such a family, and especially a new player coming in, at first I was nervous and stuff, but immediately it just snapped and I was so close with them, and it's just so nice to have that bond. It's always so fun on and off the court, that I hope new people that come in will have enjoy that too and feel the same way.
I like it. We'll end on this. I like to do the word games. We'll end with one word to describe the 2021-2022 Providence girls basketball team. We will start with the magician or mailman, according to Grace.
I would say successful.
Grace.
I'm gonna go with fun. It's basic, but we were just a fun team.
Maria.
Hardworking.
Hope.
My sisters took both of mine. I was gonna say fun.
Older
I think
sisters
fun
take
as
all of
well.
them. Older sisters always taken, I'm telling you. How about you, Brooke?
I feel I'd have to say unstoppable.
I like that one. And Emma?
I'd probably just say family, because you're just a family.
I feel like I gotta add one. Champion. Champions, come on now. Well, ladies, I want to say thank you for taking the time, both in the preseason and now. You are a joy to watch throughout the year. One of my favorite teams. Once again, I'm more nervous sometimes than Maria was on the courts, and I'm not even playing. So I'm excited to see where the future takes you. I'll be watching. Maria, you're moving on to bigger and better things. And there's a back-to-back coming next year, right, ladies? That has to be the goal, right? Okay. So I'll be there for all those. Thank you. Next time we'll get Coach on, and then Grace will workshop some ideas. But once again, thank you. It is always a pleasure to talk to you, ladies. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys,
Thank
ladies, have a
you.
great night.
You too.